Okay, let's see if I can get these in there. It still looks like it's not focusing very well on it. Hi y'all, I'm back with the layout share. This is from my November counterfeit kit from last November. Sorry. Anyway, every layout that I did for this kit, I started with a sketch. This is the sketch that I started with. It's a page map sketch. And I haven't done two pagers in a long time, so this was a first and it felt really good. I remember why I love two-page sketches. This is the left side or the right side. And I've got lots of different elements in there. This I cut out with my silhouette, added a little flare in there, used bits and pieces of pattern paper through there. This is an old basic gray flower. There's a little sticker embellishment there. This is actually a packaging from Prima. I can't remember if it was a bling or a flower set. And then this was a printable that I had, and I just thought it was cute, so onto the page it went. Doesn't mean absolutely anything on it. On this one, and a bit of a frame, the other half is on the other side, and then these stickers, and they're starting to come loose a little bit. I may have to go back through and add some glue because that's a glittered paper. I don't know if you can see that too well. It's glittered, so they're not sticking the greatest. And if you look closely on here, you can see where I Frankenstein the E on that word. Use that big wood veneer bird. There's another frame that I cut out with my silhouette back there, and then some more embellishment stickers there that I just popped up, and another basic gray flower, and then that border I cut it to string it across the page and added those flat pearl embellishments. Then this one, I don't know, I don't see my little sketch that I used for this one, but I'm pretty sure oh, there it is. Okay, this was a page map sketch here. You can see it had lots of tickets and random bits of paper and stuff. And so what I put together was this one. Let me move this out of my way. I put together this one. This is my little granddaughter, Zoe, and the other picture was the other layout was Zoe, along with my grandson Cameron and my son Jason. So this is Zoe, my youngest granddaughter. You can see these are some tickets that I used a Tim Holtz ticket die and cut those out with my Big Shot. I used some washi tape to go around this way on my page. That's just a bit of white paper that I added some stickers and embellishments, popped some things up there, put some little wood veneer butterflies on there, just some random little bits and pieces here and there, a little arrow from a cut apart, and some random scraps of paper. This one was towards the end of the layouts that I was making because it has lots of scraps on it. This one is a sketch from Page Maps, and I want to say it was a challenge sketch. And so it was on 8.5 by 11, but I don't scrap 8.5 by 11, so of course I made it a 12 by 12 layout. And on this one, I added a couple of flare buttons. I added one of those flower buttons that it's a printed out. The inspiration kit had lots of these vintage looking labels, so I found some online, some free printables, and I printed them all out and cut them out and used them. Used one here. That's a sticker. These stamps here, here, and here, they're from Close to My Heart, and they're all behind this picture too. I just took a little bit of white scrap paper and just started stamping all over it, not knowing really what I was going to do other than that I was going to have a banner through there. I knew that much. And the sketch had these little like cutout areas all through there, and I didn't have anything that would work for that while I was at a crop a couple of weeks ago, so I thought, oh, well, I'll just do my own thing. So I put a banner on there, and I knew I was going to put that there, so I kind of left a little bit of space up there for that. Those are stickers that I put down, and I used some sequins and a bit of twine that I just used some glossy accent and laid down. This cutout, the title cutout, I cut from my silhouette, and it was originally white, and I used some Close to My Heart ink to just ink it up to make it a little bit bolder. I added a piece of ribbon and a piece of washi tape here, and this paper are from Stampin' Up. I mean, one is the back side, this is the front side, and I believe that was the back side of it. Anyway, that's my granddaughter and my grandson, Zoe and Cameron. This is the sketch that I started with on this one. It is also a page map sketch. And you can see where I printed it off. And I actually printed it off on the 2nd of February. So this isn't the date of the layout. This is the date of the photo that goes along with the layout. When I pull my kit together, then I go back through and find pictures that match the colors of my layouts, or or close to it, to use. And so when I pull them out of my chronologically filed photo albums, I put a little tab on it so that I know what month it came from. And so for this photo, this is me here in the middle. These are girls that I grew up with, Michelle, Stephanie, and Janet, and this was a sad occasion. This was Janet's 18-year-old son had passed away, and we were together for the funeral, which, we were friends in junior high and high school, and it lasted till now, and it's been over 20, I'm getting closer to 30 years ago from those days, junior high and high school days. But anyway, the original sketch was an 8.5 by 11, and because I don't scrap that way, I made it into a 12 by 12. And so I just used a 4 by 6 photo here and tried to make those all 4 by 6. It didn't quite work, so they're, with the spaces in them, this whole section is a little bit bigger than 4 by 6, but I kind of tried to hide it here and then here with the wood embellishments. And you can see on this one too where I Frankenstein my E. I always seem to run out of E's. And I actually did some sewing on this layout. Yeah, I don't know what possessed me to do that, but I did. This is the sketch that I used for this layout again, and it was an 8.5 by 11 vertical layout, and so I just went through and made it into a 12 by 12. I just varied it up a little bit. This is for that inspiration kit. They had lots of vintage looking label printouts in that kit, and so I just went through online and found some free printables, vintage labels, and just added them to my kit along with this is a piece of packaging, I want to say maybe a My Mind's Eye, but anyway, it had this great little lines on it, and I thought, oh, that would be perfect for journaling, and so I just kept it there, kept it in my kit and used it there. Stickers, some random stickers and cut out pieces there, and then I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of bling for this layout. This is my best boyfriend, Joey. I have lots of best girlfriends too, but Joey is my best boyfriend. This is, and I don't know, wait, here's the sketch that I used for this one, and it is from Creative Scrappers. It's sketch number 260. I love the different square, rectangle, and triangle elements here, and so I kind of mimicked some of them on this layout. I put some triangles there. I used some of the scraps that I had with this kit and just put some just like the sketch. I had some basic gray flowers, some Stampin' Up, washi tape, some little pearls, a flare, camera flare. This is a piece of Prima packaging. And so I just love that vintagey look to it. I don't use a lot of vintagey elements in my scrapbooking, but I love this. And so I added them in. This was actually it was off a Jenny Bolin packaging of something that I bought. Anyway, I love the little 5-cent sign, so I cut it out and I've kept it in my stash, and I've had it for several years. And I just finally used it. This little element here is a flower that I had stamped and cut out. It was on a lighter piece of blue, and I stamped it with a darker shade of blue, and so it turned out real pretty but very faint, not the original purpose I didn't use it for, so I threw it in my stash, and of course I finally got to use it here. So that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So a total of 7 pages made with this kit, and I'll show you the leftovers. I'll try and post on my blog the pictures of the original kit, because I don't even think I ever posted those. I was kind of in a funk at the end of last year, so I never got much posted after about June, May or June. I don't even know if I don't think I even used this stamp set in there. And it's a close to my heart friendship word puzzle. And this must have been in my stash for a while because it still has buttons on it. I haven't got a hold of the buttons on that yet. There's this set of Cottage Floral. This set of Something Splendid. And this is a set that I've never even used yet, but I'm going to get to it. This set is Thoughtful Tidings. I've not used this set. Love all of those stamps though. This is a set that I stamped most of that background with, and it is from the Cricut Artiste Collection Kudos. And you can see it's got lots of fabulous shapes and designs. So those were, I only pulled out the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stamps from that kit. I had a variety of washi tape. I didn't use it all, but I had a variety. Oranges and browns, red, that gray, and then that word one. So as we speak, they're going into my washi bin. Then I pulled out quite a few. I had bought that AC, I want to say it was the Dear Lizzie collection of twines with all different colors in it. And so some of them I used, some of them I did not. It looks like one of them I used. Is that a piece? Okay, this is a separate piece from something else, but I used this one, and these others I didn't use. But I split this collection. It actually gave you 2 of each color, and I used, I gave half the colors to my sister when she was here. I had these enamel dots from the Sweetest Thing collection, the Bluebell collection, and I didn't even open those and use them. I did use up nearly a whole sheet of those pearl bits. I've had those in my stash for a good long while, and that's what I have left of that. I stuck in a whole package of those Recollections butterfly veneers, and so this is what I have left of that. I have quite a few. I also had, this is a close to my heart, Color Ready Garden set that I used that big vine from, and I have quite a bit of that left. I have these leftover flare. I have some random bits. There's a flare left over. These, oh, I stuffed that down in there because I pulled out a bunch of my gold sequins and put in this little box, and so I stuffed that little bit down in there to hold the flare or the sequins in there. A little arrow, a little wood dragonfly, another little flare, little bits of ribbon, and I think I just used that one. I don't think I used the others. But that's kind of been my goal lately, is to get some of my ribbons out to use them up. This is a basic gray hang 10 letter set. And you can see, I mean, I've gotten lots and lots of use out of this one. I've Frankensteined quite a few things from that. This is a stamp set from the Teresa Collins sticker sheet. And you can see I've gotten a little bit of use out of that. This is one of those big yellow blings that I put into this kit, and I didn't get it used in here, so I still have, I have another one of those in the other kit that I just put together. Apparently, I got a use somewhere out of one of those big blings, because there's, oh, I know what it is. It's these. These went in that, I think, because it was a want to scrap thing. These are My Mind's Eye from 2010. Golly, y'all. These have been in my collection for a while, and so I didn't use any of those. I did use, I had this Remark, so I got it on sale, on a clearance sale, and I used quite a few this time. There's one that I started to use and then didn't use. And so I have quite a few left, and I'm sure I'm going to get use out of them. Those are some things, you know, I'm kind of a sticker fanatic here. I love my stickers. That's just another little bit that I've cut out. A little, it's a black journal square that I've cut out with my silhouette. That's a little random bit that's left. I have lots of little random bits left with this kit that came out of my stash. I have a tray that I keep a lot of my cut-aparts, or not cut-aparts, but things that I've cut with my silhouette, or things that I've cut out by hand, and I keep them in there until I'm ready to use them. And for this kit, I pulled out a ton of that stuff to use. And so I didn't get all of it used. I have another little frame that's from some cut-apart sheet, a big, that's like a Project Life card that I just cut with the scrapbook piece, or scrap paper. That was actually from a frame that I cut, and it had that little floral element on it. That's from a book that I have. It's an electric book that I found, and it's got all these things about rewiring television sets from like maybe back in the 60s or 70s, but I love all those little diagrams. And so I have a couple of those cut out. That's just amplified AGC, whatever that means. That's, you know, bits that I've cut out with my silhouette. These are things that I've cut out with my Big Shot. That's a cut apart, as is this and this. There's some of those labels I was telling you about, and I printed out like a page or 2 pages of all these labels and then cut them out. So they'll go into my stash and they'll get used at some point. That was an old scrap piece of paper that I used to mask something, and so I just cut out some shapes with that. That's a journal card, or a journal paper. Some more of that. This was a frame, and I believe it went like that, and I cut it apart because I was just going to use the awesome part, and then I was just going to use this part, and then I never used either part, so into my stash it will go. Lots of little random bits. That's a printable that I printed and cut out. Something else that I printed and cut out. A big orange arrow from a punch-out page. Lots of random things that I've printed or cut out of other things. Labels that I've cut out with my silhouette. That's something I've printed out. Lots of little frames or pieces of frames. Labels and frames. I've really been into printing out Polaroid frames in the last several months because they're quick and easy to use as embellishments, and I think you see most everybody's using them too. These are some sticker sheets that I had in my collection, and I actually got this one at Big Lots for $1, and it's a crepe paper pretty party phrase sheet, and you can see I used 1-2 stickers off that, but you know, I'll get some more use out of it. This is a punch apart from Teresa Collins, He Said, She Said, and I've cut this paper in half. I want to say it went like that, or maybe, who knows, they're two-sided, so but I used quite a few little labels out of that. This is a sticker sheet that I also cut apart, and it had like letters over here and then something else down here, but I've cut it all apart to use it in different things. But I used a photo corner and then this label here, and that's all I've used off that piece. This is a Bo Bunny collection that I've used quite a bit off of. You can see I've used that, and I have these two, this, that, and that bit of border sticker left on there, and I've gotten really good use out of that. These are stickers that were attached here like this, and you can see I have gotten a ton of use out of that turquoise set there. I mean, it's such a lovely color. All of these yellow stickers, those are a Snap collection. These are Sticky Keys by October Afternoon. These are basic gray, and I don't know which collection they came from. These, y'all, when I first started scrapbooking, I belonged to a club, an online club. I want to say it was a MSN club, maybe, a Microsoft Network club. oh heck, I don't even remember now, but it's been probably 15 years ago at this point, or close to 15 years ago. Well, anyway, one of the ladies in that club had finished with an alphabet set, everything that she was going to use from it, which was like maybe 10 letters, and she had the rest of them as a RAK. And so the first person who responded that wanted them got them. So I responded and I got them, and I have used and used and used and used, and I keep throwing these stickers into my collections to get them used up, and I've used a lot of them. They're a Chatterbox collection, y'all. How old is that? Let's see if they have, no manufacture date on them. These are a Snap Alpha. Let's see, and I think that's it as far as stickers and embellishments that I have left. Let me pull out the papers that I have left, because I still have, I could probably make a few more layouts from this collection, but I think I'm done with it. You know, you get to that point where you just are done with it. So real quickly before my battery dies, you can see I don't have lots of pattern papers left. Very few, but a lot of these I really love, so they are going into my stash, into my scrap bins, so that I can get them used up on some other project. But you can see I have tons of little scraps left, and I actually have, oh look, I could probably get another layout done because I have another picture and a sketch to go there. So I might get this done before I completely break it apart. But 2 full sheets of paper left and these scraps left, and I have this layout which would be perfect for a lot of these scraps. So anywho, maybe I'll get that done before I completely break this apart, and maybe I'll make even some of these cards that I pulled the sketches from January 2014 off the Page Maps blog. Anyway, thanks for watching.